Good morning. It's Tanny the Canadian Stamper. It's Saturday, December 3rd, and I'm not doing my face today. I have been up for a couple of hours studying already, and this is a very welcomed break. I'm in full sweatpant mode. I'm working on my strategic plan for my class. I've got 9 days left of school. So these are our ink colors today. And, am I in camera? I think so, yes. So there's our colors. So we're gonna do 2 projects today. I'm just refreshing here so I can bring your comments. This is one of them, this one. And we're gonna open it this way. Do you guys put stuff on the inside of your cards? I don't know how many people do that. All right, comments are here. Okay, so this one and then the other one I don't have made yet, so we're gonna do that together and we're gonna do some heat embossing with it. So let's get started. These are the, okay, so let's go Christmas season and Christmas to remember. This is the bundle, both of these together, and then there's 2 sets of dies. There's so many dies, it's crazy. And they come with these 2 huge pieces. I've made a couple of cards with these. Yeah. All right. So let's do, and then these are the dies. I mean, there's tons in there, but we're only needing, we're gonna use these 2 for the first one and this one for the second one. And I'm gonna use my mini for that. So let's do this first one. Let me move all the stuff out of the way. Here's our goodies. Good morning, Kyle. Oh, good. You stamp on the inside. That's good. Nancy, you stamp on the inside if it's a dark color. So probably this would be stamping on the inside. So I did a fundraiser at a business downtown on Thursday night. And they did kits. There was 8 of them. And the gal, she did the front of her card and then she also did the back of her card. It was amazing. She put like a nice big sentiment there, and then, you know, sometimes with the kits you get extra pieces of embellishments. And so she saved some and put them on the back as well. It was very clever, very clever. Okay, so the first card, so this was not in the email, just so you know. My newsletter that went out last night. Where's my bone folder? Okay, so this, let me give you measurements so you have it. This is 11 by 4 1/4, I bet. By 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. So this is gonna be a top fold, like so. And my bone folders are over because I haven't unpacked from the event yet. So we're doing this instead. We're using a ruler. It's cool. Gail, you put letter paper on the inside with a glue strip at the top so the receiver can easily take it off and reuse it. Brilliant. Okay. So what I have done to get this piece, it's not an exact science. So you cut the front exactly to the size of the card front. So you have one piece like so. And then I put it in my trimmer. And I take the piece of DSP and I just find whatever and whatever angle and just cut it. And then you can make 2 cards with it. So you can go down here with this one, or because the size is what it is, you can go up here like so. And then we're going to use, this is retired, but lots of people I'm sure have the punches, or there's dies that you can use now. Stampin' Up is moving away from punches, you know, like that are staple punches, and going with dies. I wonder if in the future punches will become less and less and we'll just go with dies. What do you guys like? Do you like dies or do you like punches? I like the convenience of punches. You know, sometimes it's nice to just punch out a few of whatever it is that you need. So Sometimes it's a bit of a hassle to get out your embossing or your cut and emboss machine, but if you've got a mini, then that's cool. Makes it a bit faster. Okay, here's the challenge for today. I'm gonna try and stamp this tiny little greeting. I probably could have got a bigger. Oh yeah, what could go wrong? I might have to get my head right above it, or get just a different piece. So I'm gonna line it up here on the edge of this little seam in my desk. I don't know why I cut such a teeny tiny, actually I do know why. I have this bin of tiny scraps. I don't know why I can't just throw them out. Morning, Kate and Terry. Oh my gosh, I nailed it. It's gonna be a good day. Could have been a bit darker, but I'm digging it. I'm not complaining. It's pretty good to get it right on that little piece of paper. So this one, I'm not really doing, if you remember from my last week's live, I lost my Christmas card list and I'm not really making much headway with it because I'm cramming just to get the last of my schooling done. But what about you guys? I'm starting to get some Christmas cards, which makes me super happy. Zach, he gets the mail every day and he's like, Mom, another Christmas card. He's like, where are Christmas cards, Mom? You gotta like get your game going here, Mom. Okay, so we're gonna use these berries again and one of these. So I'm gonna use these three. These are the same colors we're gonna use on the next card, but just to keep the number of inks to a minimum for our project. Morning, Zach. So we're gonna stamp this one. I'm just gonna see how it is full strength. And then, oh yeah, it's not terribly dark. I was worried it was gonna be, oh, that's quite nice actually. It's almost a bit like soft succulent. Wonder if this needs to be re-inked. Okay, while I have this stamp out before I clean it, I'm gonna add, see this little background piece? Adds a bit of an accent. I was gonna say I should have done it before I put down the DSP, but it's cool because the circle is gonna go right over top. So I'm gonna do first generation and second. Yes. Should have brought it out a bit more. That's cool. I'm gonna leave it. When I was at this corporate event on Thursday, it was a younger group. They were so fun. And I was explaining, this is why I love teaching people to stamp or stamping with people. And you know, including me, learn something new. I just love it. So I had a sheet, like in the kit, you know how you get a sheet of acrylic stamps. And I said, okay, so this is what you do, and these are stamps, and this is how it works and whatever. And then they put their stamp, I showed them, I was like, well, you peel off this top layer to expose the stamp, and then you just pull it off and put it, and so I put the stamp down, so you put the stamp down like this, and then you put your block and you go like this and you pick it up. And it like blew their mind. It was hilarious. And they're like, wow, stamping technology has really come a long way. It was amazing. And there was a couple of the gals there. There was one fellow, he did such a good job. And the ladies did a nice job too. I encouraged them to go rogue, as I do, you know, with buffets and classes and things. And just to, you know, if you're feeling like it should be a different way or you want to put it on a different angle, then, you know, do that, totally. And so it was sort of funny because they started talking about how they're going rogue. I'm going rogue. This ribbon is speaking to me. It was pretty cute. Had a lot of fun. So it was a fundraiser for a company called Elephant Thoughts. So, yeah, so it was good. They brought in a noodle box for dinner. So it was pretty fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoy little breaks from school. All right, let's cut these up. And then who's just joining? Pam, you're joining, that's good. Welcome. We're gonna put this, oh, these are nice and flat today. So the boys are up. Lance is up at 6 this morning watching the soccer game. I think he's rooting for Holland. Holland and the United States are playing. They must be done by now. Too bad Canada got, didn't make it. But I think they did well, the guys' team. It was sure fun to watch. Uh-oh, moved a little bit, but that's cool. Okay, so we're gonna save this for the next project. And we'll move this to the side. Okay, so let's just finish this up. I'm gonna use this ribbon. So this is Real Red and this is Cherry Cobbler. And then in the DSP, I don't know that there's actually any Cherry Cobbler, but I think that the DSP makes it so that it's okay to have a variety of reds. Sometimes my OCD is like, nope, it's gotta be a particular kind of red so that's all matchy-matchy, but I don't know that it's necessary for this. Are you guys like that too? Do you need to have your reds match your reds? That looks good. I think I'm just gonna add some glue this time, just because it's under here. So I'm hoping there's a smoothie in my future. Oh, good morning, Judy. And Christine's here, hello. Welcome to the morning. So we're doing 2 cards. This is the first one. And what else can I tell you about? We're going to the ballet today. We're going to see the Nutcracker. This is part of Lance's Christmas gift. I thought, you know, for years, Lance and I have been together for almost 20 years, which is crazy to think back on. Go, wow, it's been 20 years. But I thought he was always interested in going to see the Nutcracker. So I thought I was being so clever by buying Nutcracker tickets. And then, so because it's before Christmas, I had to tell him this is what we were doing. And he's like, I'm not bent about going to see Nutcracker. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You've always wanted to go. He's like, no. So he's like, I'll go for sure. It'll be fun. But he's like, it's not like on my bucket list. So I'm like, well, I can't just make something up like that. So anyways, I don't know. He's in full denial about it, but I hold true. I swear he said he wanted to go. Oh well, it'll be fun. I don't know that Zach has ever been to a play. To a ballet. We've taken him to a play. Whoops. Oh, Wendy, you're at a hockey game. That's exciting. Catch you on the replay. Okay, we're done with this one. I think you could add some, yeah, let's not talk about it. Let's just do it. Let's add some bling. I think I've gone through maybe 4 packs of these Festive pearls. I love them. And I think I'm gonna add gold because there's a bit of gold here. I know you guys, I saw the comments. You guys were giving me a hard time for no bling on my tags last week. It was hilarious, I was laughing. The girls are on my case about no bling. So we're doing bling today, folks. I think I'm actually gonna go rogue and just like add 5 of these. I never do. I'm always stingy with my, with my embellishments. Maybe one over here. All right. I put this little thing in here. Good morning, Nancy. Lance is a good sport, Kate. Oh yeah, I'm gonna add that. I love these little leaves. You can get them in a little package. I don't know how many's in them. Quite a few. There's this size and then there's like a smaller size. They're very pretty to add some glimmer. That's good. I like the glimmer better. So the sale. Have you guys seen the sale? You buying stuff from the sale? There's a lot of good stuff in there. I put that in my newsletter, the links and stuff. It's on my Facebook page too. If you do not know what I'm referring to, there's a massive sale right now for Stampin' Up. We have the clearance rack refresh, which is always a favorite of mine, and the last chance list. So it's all the things that are retiring from the current holiday mini catalog, and not everything is on sale. It's like an opportunity to, you know, buy some stuff before they retire. But there are things that are on sale as well. All right, now let's do card number 2. You got up early, Kate, to order. Christine, put your order in. Awesome sauce. Okay, card number 2, ladies and gents, if any gents are watching. Card base is crumb cake. Standard, A2 size, like so. Then we're gonna have a piece of evening evergreen. I think I said 1.5, but I think this is 1 inch. So you might, if you care, if you want exactamundo, shave that off to 1 inch. I think 1.5 is too much, too like tall. And then there's a piece of vellum. And what I want to have happen is I want the vellum, see, that's not enough. I want the vellum to go top and bottom. So I'm gonna cut this, not on my trimmer. Gasp. Just gonna freehand it. Nailed it. And, oh, so close. I'm just gonna shave a bit of this. So if I had a bigger, this is just a scrap that I had in my vellum, you know, like my little plastic thing. So I think I might do this. It's more vellum than I need, but I want to have, I might overlap a bit actually. You get what I'm going for, right? Like I want like that. Trim this too short, now it's gonna bug me. Now they all gotta be trimmed. Me and my freehand, rocking the freehand. Okay, so be mindful when putting down your vellum. You don't want to go crazy and put it all over, because I want this to shine through, appear, whatever the word is, top and bottom. So the glue will appear if you put it all over, and I'm not down with that. It's not what I'm going for. I think I'm gonna overlap just a titch. See? Gosh, that's gonna drive me bonkers. It's fine, I'll get over it. Oh my gosh, I totally nailed that. It's almost perfect on either side. Professional crafter right there for you folks. Just kidding. All right, let's emboss. Everybody knows how to emboss? If not, I'm gonna run through the steps with you. So we need a piece of cardstock. You don't need this mat. Do I need this mat? Let's find a stamp first. So in the sample I'm casing from Stampin' Pretty, she has this beautiful long sentiment. It's got like a wispy. Wendy, I know you love the wispies. I don't have a Merry Christmas that has the wispies, so we're gonna go with Season's Greetings instead. And it's gonna be beautiful. So we're gonna mount this. This is a good trick, hey? If you have a D block, if you're limited on blocks, then if it doesn't fit this way or this way, then just tilt it on an angle. And then it works. It fits. Okay, so I am gonna line this piece of cardstock up on this straight edge here so that I get it right. Versamark, which is clear ink. You also need, this is baby powder. Stampin' Up! Has a whole kit now that you can get for embossing. It's got an embossing buddy, which is like this. It's a little, instead of this, it's this. It's just baby powder. And you're doing this to get rid of the static off of the paper. And I'm over here and you see my little bucket. I need white. Oh, thank you, Lance. Smoothie delivery. So the other thing I have is this. It's just a piece of cardstock that I've folded in half. There's different options. You can, some people use little plastic bins or like Tupperware, not Tupperware, Ziploc storage containers with a lid, and then they put a little spoon and stuff in it. I'm not that fancy. Okay, so I'm using the Versamark. You're not gonna really see. No, you can't see it, but trust me, it's there. And then, like, you don't have to be crazy about it, but you do need to work with some speed. White embossing powder. Take your piece and shake this over. I give it a little tappy tap just so that all the little powders get into the pieces. See? So now this is a problem. So then you have, this is probably fine. So I'm gonna use this dry brush and just brush away. You could brush this way, but then it's gonna fall, and the whole point is that you don't want the little scrappy pieces, or scrappy, the little flecks everywhere, because when we heat emboss this, it's going to like attach to the paper. So this is telling me, because it's doing it again, that I've got too much Versamark ink on my stamp when I was doing it. Okay, so set that aside. Don't waste this. The whole purpose in having it in a little piece like this is so that we can put it back in the bin. So if this is a bit sort of mucky and you don't like it, you can take this whole thing and put it into a little, not little, like a bigger, almost one, I used to use them for Zach's lunch. And put a little spoon in there, like a little plastic spoon. And then it gives you more area to work with if you want to, you know, if you're worried about saving or making a mess. Heat tool, setting number 2. I'm just gonna let this heat up for a second. And so I sort of heat up the back. I don't know why, there's no real reason. Now, your fingers might get a little burned, so if so, then you need some tweezers. Wait for it. Boom. It's happening. We're heat embossing. I'm gonna flip so my fingers don't burn. I hope you can see it. I think I heat emboss the most around Christmas time. There. So now it's like a bit raised and like it's not gonna come off. I love heat embossing. Do you guys love heat embossing? Okay, so all your things can go back. That's it for heat embossing. I actually have this other, I'll see if I can find it after. You can do a whole background, which I like to do sometimes in heat emboss. So you could use Versamark and a stamp and do the whole back of a card, like make your own background. And it's quite pretty. You might have to do it a bit in shifts so the Versamark doesn't dry. It doesn't dry very fast, but this is a lot of dimensionals on the back of here. Were you thinking that when I was putting them on? You're like, holy man, Tanya, that's a lot of pop dots. It's a substantial piece of paper. I'm actually a bit premature with this. I think it's okay. So we're gonna put this down straight. Now, it's pretty boring so far. Let's work on our pine cones. Okay, so in this set, two-step stamping, you've got a small pine cone and you've got a large pine cone. In the catalog, watch for these two-step stampings. You can use it just on its own, probably this one, I guess maybe this one too. They're meant to be done together. And the trick is to adjust your ink colors so that you have light on the bottom, dark on the top. That's it. So we're gonna see how this goes. I have selected Crumb Cake and Sahara Sand. So they look pretty close. And so you might, I don't necessarily recommend using these exact same ones. I over inked my Crumb Cake, so it comes up darker than what a normal stamp pad would. Okay, so I'm gonna use this side, I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna do this side. Am I? No, I'm not, because I can't quite see. So I'm gonna use a different block. Okay, so this is our light color because it's the it's the base of the pine cone, and then this is the overlay of the pine cone, which I want to be in darker. So I'm gonna start with this one, and yes. Okay, so light goes down first. So maybe if you have a mat, like, you know, one of those grid mats, then maybe practice, you know, to get your colors just right. And then Crumb Cake. So depending on how we go, you could, I'll maybe grab Early Espresso. If this is, so don't worry, like there's no exact, like close is fine. It's not meant to be exact. That's pretty good. This Crumb Cake is much darker, I think, than it should. See, I feel like it's even getting darker as it's doing its thing. I'm gonna bring you up a bit. I'm happy with that. Let's do it again, because I need two. So I've got the base in Sahara Sand. So I've got my mat under here for because these are photopolymer stamps, right? You know what I mean by that? The cling stamps that have like red rubber, you don't necessarily need this mat. Yeah, it dries darker from when I stamp it. It's cool. I know what you're about, Crumb Cake. Might be in time for a new ink pad, actually. All right, let's do just a couple of leaves. So Christmas markets. Who's been, who's going? I know we talked about that last week. And I'm wondering if there are any new adventures at craft markets, any that I should be going to, because I've got so much extra time. Whoops. So this, see that right there? It means I've got something on my stamp. Baby white fleck, I'm sure. It's all good. This is not as dark as I was envisioning it to be. This is early espresso or evening evergreen. It's not very dark. So I'm bringing in cherry cobbler again to do our accent pieces. It's a lot of switching of stamps today. And my little cherries. I'm gonna do, I can do them on one. So I'm gonna do crumb cake. Oh, Salt Spring Market. It's a fave. Go here. We, a couple of friends and I went to the market a couple weekends ago, I guess, and oh my goodness, look at that. And I got this face lotion. So it's called, the place is called Mudology, which is a fun name. Anyways, it's like a face oil. It's really quite nice, luxurious even. So I'm happy with that. The bottle of oil for my face, which will last forever because you just do 4 little dots a day or whenever you want to moisturize your face. It cost $21 and I decided to park really close to Out of Hand and my parking costs $18. So it was not ideal. I should have been more savvy with my parking. Oh, crud. My mini. All right, let's cut these up. I feel like I've got red. So once you get red going like this, I recommend getting a different wet wipe because I find that red will just hang around and be problematic. Look at, even in my little tray. This is a tray that I use to hold my wet wipes. Danger. That's danger. Just go with a new one. And you know how I noticed that? Because there's a teeny tiny little piece there. Almost got me. Okay, pine cone number 1. I'm gonna have to do these kind of individually. But I'll be fast. So in January is Celebration. Celebration coming up. And they have a little insider tip for you. You'll find out when you get your catalog. But in the meantime, if you have a catalog or when you get yours January 5th, demonstrators have them right now, at the very back of the Celebration catalog, brochure, it's not a catalog, is a little sneak peek at the new in colors for 2020, what year are we in? It'll be 2023, 2024. I love them. They're kind of like a soft, oh great, where did I put my, oh here. Thought I lost my pine cone. It is a soft, they're like from the Subtles, very similar to the Subtles family. I love them. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what, I'm gonna just tell you. One of them is called Boho Blue. It's so pretty. Okay. My smoothie is melting over there. Okay. Kate, you love the new colors? I do too. Yeah. Touch of Spring is on the Saanich Fairground. Really? Maybe for some reason I would think it was in Salt Spring. That's handy. They brought it here. Perhaps I've never been to Touch of Salt Spring. But it has an excellent reputation. Our play this afternoon, the Nutcracker, starts at 1 o'clock. Did I say play? It's not a play. It's the ballet, which I didn't really realize, but it's cool. Makes it even more exciting. All right, I think we're done cutting. And we just need to assemble. And card number 2 is done. Let's put all this aside. Okay, ready? We are going to. So this is a little bit off. I'm not going to worry about it. It's gonna drive me crazy, but this one side is already driving me crazy. So the question is, folks, under or over? Under the vellum or over top of the vellum? I will wait for the audience. I might actually add that there. Oh, that's just not gonna work for me at all. Over top. Okay. I love it when there's consensus. I hate to disappoint if somebody's like under. Everybody else is over. All right. I'm glad we can all agree. I need to really get some washi tape going so that my dies stay. Okay, ladies say over. All right, so here we go. I am on purpose only gluing down part of the pine cone. I like this look. If you want it all the way down, then do that for sure. Over, they said over. I don't think I'm gonna use, well, maybe dimensionals on the other ones, on the smaller ones. This is annoying me, this leaf. It's fine, I'll get over it. Okay. So really, this is coming together quickly once you have all the pieces done. Yeah, I'm just gonna glue. I like them flat with like a little bit of it coming up. And I think this one will go underneath. It's already really trying to stick there. Just want it in enough so that it's not going to be sticking out of my card, so it fits in the envelope. You know I'm putting wink on this. Yeah, I am. Screaming for some wink. Now, pro tip, when using your wink of Stella, which by the way is not available to purchase, I think, right now, you might not be able to see it, but when you use Wink of Stella on red, I find, or any like really sort of dark color, it leaves a bit of residue. So, well, I don't even know if you can really see it. Geez, I'm far away. I'm bringing you in. Let's go. Yes, Gail, I will, for sure. It's got a bit of residue, so just give it a bit of a wipe. I don't think you need to use a baby wipe or anything, but just sort of help clean up that tip a little bit by running it on some basic, just some cardstock before you go to the next. Like, stick with the same color families. This set, Gail, is it's massive. It's got 2 stamp sets and 2 sets of dies, and I will show you. I'll show everybody. All right, gems, and we are done. So I'm gonna use this one, and I'm going red. Hold on, I got something in my eye. I'm using red. I think this is a pretty card. Oh my gosh. Oh, whew, I thought I did it upside down. I love Stampin' Pretty. She's a demonstrator in the States, and her designs are, like, I don't love all of them, but like the majority I do love. This is one of them. Mine's a little bit different, but I highly recommend casing Stampin' Pretty's stuff because it's good. All right, so let's have a look at our stamp set and colors, just so that we remember. So stamp set, Christmas season, Christmas to remember, and then there's 2 sets of dies. You're gonna ask me for the name of the dies. I'm gonna tell you. Seasonal labels dies. This tells you how many catalogs it's been through. And what's this one? That's my little system. Oops. Oh great, it's upside down. Stand by. This one is called Christmas Pine Cone Dies. All right, so that's that. And just a recap of colors: Sahara Sand, Crumb Cake, Cherry Cobbler, Evening Evergreen, and I use Memento, and then the heat embossing materials as well. So that's that. Now let's bring in both of our cards. So we have this one, and we have this one, which we did today. So 2. Now don't forget, with this piece of DSP, it's a whole piece, and then you just pick somewhere on your trimmer and on the page and cut it in half, and then you have both pieces, right? So this is the top, and then this is the bottom of one piece. You know what I mean? And you get 2 cards out of it. Okay, there it is, folks. I hope you have an awesome Saturday. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you crafting with me. If you have made either of these today or later, then go ahead and post them on my Facebook page. I have a thread going for where you can post different things. If you're gonna order anything from the sale, be sure to use the host code, which is on my Facebook page, and it was also in the newsletter that went out. Newsletter link is above, shopping links are above, and if you need a new catalog for the January, the new catalog that comes out in January, then be sure to message me so that I put you on my list. Have an awesome weekend, guys. Stay safe in the snow if you're driving around and whatnot. Be safe, and have a lovely day. Bye for now.